Fragile. It must be from Italy. Check it out, everybody. I got home today, and there was a box on my porch from Sweetwater. You know what that means. Those 50,000 guitar picks I ordered finally arrived. I'm very excited. And Simone's in the way again, of course. Now, you saw the name of the video. You saw the title. You know this is a new guitar day. We're going to be looking at the Charvel DK20 Pro Mod DK24. And I thought I would do I've never done an unboxing video on here before, so I thought let's go ahead and do it. So you can see how a guitar arrives from Sweetwater if you've never ordered from them before. Because I'll be honest, the first time I ordered a guitar and it was just shipped to the house, I was a little nervous about it because I was like, that seems kind of, haven't seen it, haven't touched it, all that kind of stuff. So I thought, why not go ahead and we'll do a video, we'll unbox it real quick. You can see how they package it, you can see the condition the guitar is in, and is it playable, does it need a setup? Who knows, we're going to find out here together in just a minute. I actually had 3 packages today from Sweetwater. I got a new guitar strap, which I had ordered separately, so that's 1 bag of candy. And then I got the guitar and the case came shipped separately, so I should have 2 bags of candy, 2 more bags, that's 3 total. Score. I just hope they put the bit of honeys in there. The first one did have 1 bit of honey. I'd like to, but you know, I'll take what I can get. Get my trusty official VR and Music Corner guitar box opener. You can get these at any Walmart. Whoops. And let's see. I want y'all doxing me there. Let's see. This is the same thing. They send this with the strap too. Happy Gear Day, New Gear Day. I mean, Sweetwater, one thing I like about them, they make it like a celebration when you buy something. It's just a cool deal. Got me a little sticker there. All kinds of information in here about your order. 2 bit of honeys. Square. What did I do with the first bag? I don't know. Put it over here. Oh, there it is. All right. Set that right there. So when they ship their guitars, they usually double box. Well, as far as I know, they always double box them. So we got a big, nice level of cushion there. Keeps it nice and safe. And inside, we got more of this. But inside we have another box. Charvel. I'm very excited about the Charvel. Actually, when I was a teenager, which was a few years ago, I actually owned a Charvel way back in the day, and I kept it for a long time. It was an older, of course, it was an older model. It had the older headstock with the kind of pointy Jackson head plate, tuning plate on it, and it was pretty cool. I had that guitar into my early 30s. After I added a couple of guitars to the repertoire, you know, a buddy of mine wanted to buy it. He wanted an electric guitar and he wanted to buy it. So I said, okay, I'll do you this solid. So I sold it to him at a pretty good price. And then about 6 months later, maybe, I was in a pawn shop just looking around, and there it was hanging on the wall. I was so mad that this dude just had to have my guitar, pawned it. And so yeah, I was not pleased. Oh, this doesn't open that way. This one opens from the, oh, here you go. Let's see, we're gonna have to take it from the top, looks like. And it was definitely my guitar because it had been modded out and had some customization stuff on it that, you know, didn't come stock. And man, I was ticked. Couldn't believe he did that. Then we got more bubble wrap. Throw that over there. Looks like we have a, whoops, stay right there. Got our tremolo bar, which we will need here in a minute. Yeah, I couldn't buy the guitar back at the time. I wasn't in a financial place where I could justify spending the money to buy back the guitar I just sold. It's got a little information here about the tremolo. I'll hold on to that. I mean, may need to read that here shortly. All right, let's see. Let's just lift straight up. Look at all that bubble wrap. Ugh. All right. Set her down easy. We got rubber bands. We got nice fluffy cushy paper that is wrapped in. Kind of like a big bag. Are you sure you're ready to see this? Because this is, I don't know if I'm ready. Man, it's like stuck. What's going on here? And let go. There's something in there. What is it? I must know what is in here. It's a piece of rubber. I think that might be to block the trim, maybe, if you're working on it. Maybe. You know what that is? A little piece of rubber. That's the only thing I can think it would be. Anyway. We got a little card here. If you have any questions, yada yada, give us a call. They got this checklist in here where they did the inspection by YNYOTTC, first inspector. I don't know. Anyway, it's been handled and inspected. How about that? Let's see. They check 24-hour climate, acclimation, verified contents, and then I ain't reading all 55. So anyway, there we go. I'll let you take a look at her here. Oh, we got a little protection there for the switch. It's reflecting the screen. The screen. I haven't had to do that before. I have never had a guitar reflect the screen back into the... That's crazy. I've never seen that happen before. Anyway, let me see if I can back up here. Why is it doing that? It has never done it with any other guitar I've held up to the screen before. Maybe I can hold it at an angle. Anyway, we got some, I call these tiger stripings. This is the chlorine burst. Check her out. Here's what the action looks like coming down from. It's actually set up pretty good. You can see the strings are pretty low. Looking at the neck is pretty straight. I mean, it might could be straightened up. Just a hair. That's pretty close. Is it in tune? Oh yeah. So anyway, I don't know why. Here we go. Can you get it now? Maybe I have never seen it do that before. I have never. Anyway, this is the chlorine burst. Now, one thing to be careful of, if you fall in love with this finish and you think, oh, that's the guitar for me, let me warn you that not all chlorine bursts are created equal. If you were to say order the chlorine burst, this is the stock photo you get. See all that striping? That's what made me like this guitar. My wife saw it. She goes, ooh, that's a nice one. Get that one. Because I was looking at a white one, actually. And I was actually originally starting to look at, I was really going after the San Dimas, not this one. But here's a chlorine burst that Sweetwater has on sale. This is a San Dimas. As you can see, they're all different. So the good thing about Sweetwater is, as far as I know, when you go in you click on the major thumbnail, which is just a stock photo, but then they go in there, they show you actual photos of the guitar that you're going to get. It's got the serial number and everything. So when I had originally ordered, I was going to order my San Dimas. I pulled up the photo, and I didn't like the finish. The finish looked nothing like the thumbnail. And so I called my boy Tim at Sweetwater, my rep, and I said, hey, is that the only one you got? Because I don't like that one. And he said, that's the only one they had. They were going to order some more. There should be some more in any day now. He said he'd hold me one, shoot me a picture. If I liked it, I could have it. I said, okay, cool. And so while I waited, I started doing more research, and that's when I discovered the DK24s, the Pro Mods here. And there were some things about it that just kind of tickled my fancy a little more than the San Dimas. The San Dimas was a great guitar. Appeared to be. You know, I haven't played it, but it seemed like that was going to fit my needs very well. But then I came across this one. Checking for fret spread. Like, I can feel the frets there, but they're not sticking me. You know, they're... And there's some things about this guitar, before we get into the specs of it specifically, the things that I liked about this one over the San Dimas. And then I'll tell you about the one thing that made me hesitant about this one. And hopefully I don't think it's going to be an issue, but we'll find out. The first thing that caught my eye was this maple, this neck. Some people call it roasted maple. Some people call it caramelized neck. I thought it just looked cool, but as I dug into it a little bit, come to find out, this actually serves a purpose. In the process of caramelizing the neck, they actually cook the neck. I don't know if it's like in a kiln or what they do, but they bake these necks. And supposedly that makes the necks much more rigid, it'll hold a setup longer. Once you tweak it and get it where you want it, it should stay there for a good long time, longer than average necks. And that's really good for when you live in an area like I do in Southeast Texas, where it's the humidity sometimes in the high 90s. I mean, it's not unusual. And and I play a fair number of outdoor gigs. It's not uncommon. So, yeah, I've been many a time I show up to a gig, pull my guitars out, and they're all out of tune just as soon as they hit the air. I mean, they're just like, Rrr. So I'm curious to see how this, if that really does the tricks. I like the neck. Not only does it look good, it serves a purpose. Also has a little glowing, the fret markers on the top glow. I don't know if the San Dimas has that or not, but that's kind of cool. You ever been playing and you're on stage and the lights, you're kind of it gets dark for a while and you can't really see. It'd be cool to be able to look down and you just kind of still know where you're at on the guitar. Another thing I liked about it, the tremolo. This is the San Dimas comes with the Floyd Rose 1000 with locking nut and all that, which I like. I mean, those are great tremolos. I mean, they've been around for a long time and they're tried and true. This is the Godo 510, and you can see it does not have a locking nut. It looks very similar to my Majesty John Petrucci model guitar over there. It has a similar tremolo. It's not a Godo, but it's a similar layout. And it stays in tune pretty good. Even when you can go deep, you can dive on it pretty good and it still stays in tune. So I'm hoping this one will do the same, because I like the idea of, let's say I'm at band practice and I only brought this guitar and they went, hey, let's play a song in drop D. I can just, I'm gonna have to retune a little bit because this is a floating trim, but I can get in the tune pretty quick on this rather than having to unlock the deal. And, a floating Floyd can take a while to get in a tune, because with my Majesty, I've retuned that guitar many different times. I've tuned it down a full step. I've done, and it does very well. So I'm hoping this one will offer me that same freedom without being locked in, The other thing that sold me on this guitar, my dog, she does this every time. Another thing that sold me on it was this cutaway. They call this the shredder's heel, where when you come up in, you can get up into the high frets real easy. I mean, I'm past it. I'm on the pickup, and I'm not stretching. It's just, you're right there. I really like that. The San Dimas had more of the block style with the plate, and it was sure, it's not that hard to get up in there on that guitar, but I thought this one was really cool, the way you can just And it looks cool. It's got a lot of nice carvings on the back. Look at that big belly cut. I could gain 20 pounds and still fit in that before I fill that bad boy out. It does have access so you can put the strings through without having to take the plate off. That's cool. Never seen this before. This jack. Old Strat style jack, kind of tucked away like that. That was different. So some of the features. Oh, and the one thing that made me hesitant to buy this guitar, and it really, I'm saying hesitant, but the San Dimas comes with JBs in the neck or in the bridge. Seymour Duncan JBs, and I love those pickups. I have them in other guitars. They sound good. They're beefy. They're meaty, and they clean up real good. It's a high output pickup. I saw somebody listed it as a medium to high output, but I think it is a high output pickup. This is a medium. This is the Seymour Duncan full shred. When you're looking at them, their output on the ohms meter, I think this one's around 14.6 or something, whereas the JB is going to be 18, 19, you know. So it does have a higher output in the JB. They've also scooped the mids on these pickups, so if you look at it on an EQ, these pickups are kind of voiced to be bass and mid at 4, whereas the treble's on 8. So you're going to get a higher, more brighter sound, and supposedly you get more string articulation where you can hear each note, each string a little more clearly. So we're going to see if that's the case. And I've seen demos of the full shred. I mean, as far as I know, they sound fine. We'll just say so what made me really kind of give in and just say, you know, I like all these other features so much more. If I don't like the pickups, I can change them. It's not that big of a deal. You also have it's kind of cool. You got a 5-way position switch here. Master volume and tone. And the tone is I can feel it lock in. It's called a no load tone switch. So when you turn it all the way up, see if you can hear it. It kind of thunks. It thunks into place. And basically what that's doing is taking the tone pot out of the circuitry. So you're going straight from pickup to volume. You're getting more, you're getting a little more oomph out of it. Like the old Charvels back in the day, a lot of them didn't even have a tone knob. They, you know, kind of like the Bumblebee over there. She's just got one volume knob and boom, off she goes. So a lot of Charvels were like that back in the day too. So this, if you crank this all the way to 10, you feel it thunk into place. You're going to have that same situation. Something's on my, oh, it's threaded on the inside. The tremolo the threads are on the inside, so there must be a little post in here. Yeah, there we go. And it goes right in. You don't have to line it up. So supposedly there's a hex key in the back here to adjust its tightness if you want to keep it really firm in place. I like mine to be somewhat loose, but I don't like it in the way too. Like kind of like that, just kind of where it'll fall out of the way. But I can grab it if I need it. There goes Simone again. I don't know why she feels the need to constantly walk around when I'm doing this. The dog will sit there and sleep for 10 hours straight. As soon as I'm doing one of these videos, she becomes Richard Simmons. Or Jane Fonda, sweating to the oldies. We got our Jackson decals here, locking tuners. Strings feel pretty good. They don't feel, when I bought my Les Paul Prophecy, the Epiphone, the strings on that guitar that came with it, I hated those strings. They felt, they felt new, but I just didn't like them. They had a weird texture. I don't know how to describe it. So anyway, the 5-position switch too. All the way, if I'm not mistaken, if I think this is right, all the way down, it's a bridge humbucker. You go up one, you're running the 2 outer coils. You go up another one in the middle, you're running both humbuckers. You go to the 4th position, then you're running the 2 inner coils, and then all the way forward, you're running this humbucker, I think. And then here we have the switch to go from series to parallel. down is series, up is parallel, is my understanding. I'll double check here in a minute, but mine's probably gonna stay in series. Oh, there you can see the finish a lot better at this angle. See, I don't call this chlorine burst. With the stripes, I call this Ocean Tiger. It's my guitar, I can call it what I want. So anyway, most humbuckers are wired series. And so I honestly, I had to look that up. What does that even mean? Well, basically the signal is traveling through this coil and then from this coil to that coil. And so it's the documentation said from one humbucker into the next one, but the diagram showed it flowing through one coil down through the other coil, which creates a longer signal path, which is going to create more output and give you a little more aggressive tone. Whereas a parallel, flip it up, the signal goes straight to the pickup and splits off equally to both coils. And that's going to give you a little bit more of a single coil sound, minus the hum. You hope minus the hum. So I have to say though, this guitar, I mean, it's set up pretty good. It's not too bad. I've definitely seen new guitars off the wall that were set up worse. That's not bad. I don't know if you can really get a glimpse, but I mean, I know I showed you this once before, but I don't know if you're able to really see it. I mean, it's down there. I'm trying to see. That neck looks straight to you? It's pretty straight. I think there's a slightest of dips in it. Not too bad though. I'll play around on it. If it doesn't, usually I got to play on it for a minute. If I can tell if it needs to be changed a little bit. We have a thumb wheel truss rod adjustment right here. Boom. If you want to straighten the neck, you would stick a sticky Allen wrench in there, some little piece of metal, a screw or something that'll fit in that hole, and just give it a turn that away. Straightens the neck. Give it this away, loosens the neck. It's pretty simple. And I always say don't ever turn these truss rods more. In one video I said never turn it more than a quarter turn at a time. Actually, you probably need to start with 1/8 of a turn. And plus you couldn't turn this at a full quarter turn to start with anyway. There's not enough room. So from one, that usually will do the trick. So let's tune this bad boy up, see what she sounds like. This is my new strap I got from Sweetwater today, so it's gonna be hard to get on here. But yeah, I didn't order any strap locks. I'll probably have to get some, but damn, this thing is tight. I'd like to give a shout out too to my boy Tim there at Sweetwater. Right now they're offering these guitars. They have some really good deals on these guitars. Their MSRP on them right now is about $1,200 on this one. They're offering 36 months no interest financing. So it's free money, you know. So for about $30 a month, you could have one of these. And thankfully, I'm blessed to where $30 a month, it really doesn't make a difference in my life. So it's like getting a free guitar. So when I see these kind of deals, I'm not trying to brag. I mean, I'm truly blessed. I've been able to, that's how I started accumulating guitars more. I think this thing's tough. But it's nothing I've done to get there too. God's kept me out of a lot of trouble over the years and allowed me to get where I'm at. Why can I not get this on there? Anyway, and they're also offering 10% off. So you get 36 months, no interest, 10% off. That's a pretty good deal. But I called Tim, Sweetwater guy, and I said, hey, I plan on gigging with this guitar, you know. I'm gonna need a case. Can you hook me up? And I was expecting him to give me like a Gator, you know, some $100 case. And he actually gave me the Charvel $200 case. So that's in the other box. If you want to hang around the end, I'll unbox that too if you want to see what it looks like. And it's a guitar case, but never had to plug in from this angle before. All right. So far, yeah, okay, it was a little sharp. This is a floating trim, so it's going to take a minute to get everything. Yeah, it was tuned a little sharp. It was tuned a lot sharp. Oh, so anyway, I didn't finish my story. He threw in the case, and he finagled the numbers in a way, because he said he couldn't just give me the case, he had to kind of manipulate the numbers. So anyway, I got the guitar and the case, $200 case. I got them both for a little over $100 less than this guitar is listed for on the website. So I didn't pay $1,200 for this guitar. I paid less than that for the guitar and the case. So if you're like me and you've been to the grocery store lately, you know, everything is so expensive. Why would you want to pay extra for something if you don't have to? This guitar just really likes to stay sharp. It's getting closer. Again, these are going to be new strings, so maybe they need to stretch a little bit. They should be locked in, guys. Locking tuners. Usually doesn't take too long to get them. So anyway, call Tim or call whoever you deal with at Sweetwater, or somebody nice there will answer the phone. And sometimes you don't get things because you don't ask for things. So just ask them, see what they'll do for you. So I was very pleased with the deal that I got. I thought, you know, because it just irritates me. You know, when I was younger, when I was a kid, started out playing guitar, if you bought a new guitar, you pretty much got a case. I mean, it came with a hard shell case. That was just pretty much standard. And then they kind of started going, well, if it was between this and that, you got a gig bag. And if it was an expensive guitar, then you got a case. And now it's like you don't hardly get anything unless you buy a really expensive guitar. You know, if you buy a new Les Paul, a Gibson Les Paul, or Gibson Explorer, those came with cases. But, man, hardly anything else. Seems like now you got to spend at least $2,000 to get a case. Let me make sure this thing's in tune before I unplug the tuner here and go to this amp. Should probably get one of those ones you stick on the headstock for these occasions. Oh, I'm tuning the wrong string. That was my bad. This is a very clumsy video today. But I wanted, like I said, I wanted everybody to kind of see what it's like to order a guitar from Sweetwater and how's it come. If you're dealing with a floating trim, you have to go through the strings a number of times to get them there. But yeah, the neck feels pretty good. It's very nice and smooth, very slick. You can't even see the guitar. Here, we'll turn this down here so you can see a little bit what's going on a little better. But there's my face. All right, let's plug this bad boy in. Whoops. Forgot what I was plugging into here. All right. And take it off standby. already out of tune again. Like I said, this is straight out of the box. The strings are probably still stretching a little bit, but before we go crazy here, let's see what we're dealing with. Bet you don't know that song. It's like trying to give it some good pulls to see what's. I am noticing this is going out of tune quite a bit. But like I said, it's straight out of the box. It hasn't been broken in at all. And I have done my research on this already. If you do have tuning problems with this guitar, one of the first things you want to do is lubricate this nut so that the strings slide in and out so that they don't get stuck in there. Some people have removed these string trees and put it on roller trees. And some people have taken them off completely and just left them, just bypassed them, or left them on but bypassed them. I like that open G chord because you can hear all the strings. If you want to hear the difference between parallel, if you go up to parallel, or yeah, go to parallel. I might have to work on that tuning thing. Sound like a middle. Series, parallel. Seems like with the parallel or with the series, you get a little bit, just a little bit louder. But yeah, all in all, it's a great feeling guitar. I need to run it through its paces a little bit, and probably gonna lubricate this nut a little bit. Stretch the string. They had to replace the strings. I don't know how long these strings that are on here. You never know. You know, put on some good quality strings. I'm pretty sure we can. Because anybody that's had the tuning issues with this guitar out of the box, it's fixable. You just gotta locate the source of it, and a lot of times it's right there. Just the nut. You know, the strings are getting stuck in the nut when it's, you know, it needs to slide back and forth to be able to be able to return back to where it normally was. It's already getting better. It may just need to get a little break in. You know, because when I took it out of the box, all the strings were really sharp. I mean, they were like, instead of being on E, this one was tuned one like a step, or some of these strings were almost a step higher. So yeah, let me work it into place a little bit. Maybe I should do another review down the road once it settles in. But all in all, it's a sleek little guitar. I think it's going to work out. Make sure these locking tuners do their job. I think it's going to be okay. Looks like we never really went over every inch of the guitar. That's just a smudge. I thought there was a scar on the tremolo, but it was just a smudge. It's gone now. Yeah, I would say that, you know, I don't see any dinks or dings or anything. Everything looks like it's been well cared for. You know. So if you don't know anything about Charvels, they make 3 different tiers of guitars, I guess you would say. These are made in Mexico. The next line up is made in Japan, and then the next line above that's made in the USA. When I say line up, basically that means it gets more expensive. So the Mexico-made guitars are the cheapest. But they have a ton of reviews on these guitars out there, and they all get pretty excellent reviews. And I have to say, I can't imagine, you know, wanting to pay $800-900 more for, you know, a guitar that's very similar to this when I can get this one. Or in some of those custom shop jobs, $3,500. Yeah, that's just crazy. Got a speed knob, very quick. I mean, it rolls with no effort. Now, one thing I've learned about speed knobs over the years, well, last couple of years I had the Bumblebee there. It's got a speed knob. I'd be sitting there jamming and it feels like, I don't know, the sound sounds a little off. It's because I had hit the knob at some point, just incidentally, and backed it off a little bit. So I had to, oh, crank it up. There's the sound we love. So anyway, there she is. The DK24 Pro Mod Charvel. Ain't she sexy? It's already starting to stay in tune better. I could tell that it's like I said, I've never demoed a guitar straight out of the box before. That could be a lot of the problems. Like I said, I just need to stretch the strings out a little bit to get them in place. I think it's going to be fine. I'm not worried about it. And if it does, have a, you know, like I said, there's anything that's causing any issues can be fixed, and it's usually something pretty minor. So, anyway, let's put this on standby for just a second. And put that on the stand. Hello, little blue guitar. There's your new home. Or if you want to, we'll see how good a case did old Tim send me here. Now this one I do not believe is double boxed because it's just a case. But as you can see, Charvel. I'm not doxing myself, am I here? Let's see. Alrighty. Take a quick peek in here and see how good a case this is. It should be a pretty good one. This is the official Charvel case. Hey, it's Happy Gear Day again. Go over here. Oh yeah, another bit of honey. I think I'm up to 4 bit of honeys now. Oh, it's in a bag. Look at that. It's gonna be a long video. Oh crud, I know I hit the mic, sorry. Alrighty. Whoops. Alright, let's see. Yeah, this is it's like Christmas over here today. Christmas in August. Pretty cool little bag. I gotta find a purpose for that. And I think it's covered in static electricity, though my hairs on my arms are just going nuts. Alright, let's look at it here. Put the little rubber mallet over there. Put that over there. Alright. As you can see, I got Charvel. So keep in mind, I got this case for free because I asked for it. Oh, okay, it's got little latches under here. You pinch them. Pinch! There we go. And there she blows. Nice little compartment there. Keys so I can lock it up. Well, it looks like a good case. Plenty of humidity saving devices here. I don't know if I need all 4 of these, but I'm gonna throw some in there for now. All right. I'm sold. So like I said, all I had to do was ask. And I got the case and the guitar for less than what they were asking for just the guitar. So don't ever just hit add to cart and check out. Call these people and talk to them. Guitar Center will do the same thing if you call them and talk to their people. They do not offer these discounts they don't just give them to you. You got to ask for them. So anyway, that's about it for now. New guitar day. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna give this thing a workout, and y'all take it easy out there and be kind to each other. It doesn't cost you anything to be nice. Take it easy. Peace.